For many people, first day is kind of no big deal one way or the other. Even though we're fasting, if you follow the full protocol, even though we do give modifications in the manual. So even though we're fasting during this period, we're still supporting the body with a lot of high quality, nutrient-dense superfoods, very easy to absorb and assimilate vitamins and minerals. Most people find day 2 and day 3 kind of the hardest days of the program, and really after that kind of hit a turning point where they start feeling and looking fantastic. So day 2 and day 3, what a lot of the symptoms might be is sometimes it's just feeling a bit, low energy. There might be some fluctuations in energy, in mood, as well as some headaches. Headaches, these can really come for 2 reasons. One is just natural symptoms and side effects of cleansing. For a lot of people, and if it tends to be more extreme, it can be a caffeine withdrawal or a sugar withdrawal. So, this is really why we recommend taking, 2, 3, maybe even a week to prepare before you start your 5-day cleansing protocol. Once day 4 rolls around, like I said, for a lot of people, not everyone, our bodies are completely different. It depends, on our health and how toxic we are when we start the process. But for many people, you really start feeling good. Energy levels really pick up. The mind is often very clear. It's easy to sit and concentrate for many hours. It's a time where a lot of people make sometimes some big decisions, things maybe you've been wavering on, you just become clear about them. Skin tends to look very clear and bright, as well as the eyes. Digestion is often greatly improved. So if there's been gas and bloating, we've taken those reactive foods out. We've given the body a chance to really settle down. So, if we're eating those sorts of things, the immune system is reacting and putting out an immune response, and we've given the immune system a chance to settle down and relax. A lot of times toxins are stored in our adipose tissue. This is basically just fat cells. And it's a protective mechanism by the body, and it's why a lot of times people are hanging on to weight and they can't quite get rid of it. So what happens is, the body is needing to break down tissue for energy, and it's breaking down fat tissue. And as that tissue breaks down, toxins are being released into our system. But again, we don't want them just recirculating into the system. It's very important at that point, as they're being released, that they get flushed out, which is why we make sure that you stay really well hydrated throughout the program. It's why we use that psyllium seed husks, which is that soluble fiber that just bulks up and it moves through our digestive tract like a broom, sweeping up debris and waste and mucus and helping to carry it out of the body. And also the importance of that very gentle TCM laxative tea. So one of the best ways to move toxins is out through the bowel. We've included the TureGreens as part of the cleansing drink because it's composed of a number of superfoods, but just a few is wheatgrass, alfalfa, barley grass, and these are foods that are extremely high in chlorophyll, high in magnesium. Because it's liquid powdered form, it's extremely easy to absorb by the body. We're not digesting any of this. It's just high quality vitamins and minerals that support the body nutritionally throughout the program. Hunger varies from person to person. I would say, at some points you might feel a little bit hungry. Generally the hunger passes. For a lot of people that's on day 4. But what I can say is we have put together a pretty tight schedule that has you doing something every hour and a half, and every 3 hours you're taking cleansing drinks. If you feel hungry during the program, it's good to take additional vegetable broth. Another good option is to get yourself an extra vegetable juice. If you have a juicer, you can make one fresh at home. If not, hopefully nowadays everyone has a cafe close by where you can go for a fresh juice. And also, include more herbal teas. And sometimes, it's a good time to reflect on, are we really hungry? Sometimes, yes, we are, but a lot of times it's habitual and it relates to certain times of the day where maybe we want a snack or we're wanting to distract ourselves from something else. The flax tea is another support for intestinal motility. So those flax seeds, they swell up once they've been boiled and cooled. And again, it's a good fiber for moving waste matter through. The other reason we use the flax seeds, they do contain essential fatty acids, they contain protein, and once it's made into a tea and it swells and gels up, this can be very soothing to the stomach and the digestive tract. So it really, it is used for a healing purpose. You can modify the length, and that goes both ways. You can shorten it and say do a 3-day cleanse. You can lengthen it and do a 7-day cleanse. The other way to modify it, which we talk about, is including 1 or 2 very simple, healthy, easy to digest meals. The manual really lays out very clearly how to arrange the schedule while you're cleansing, how to prepare for your cleanse, how to properly come off your cleanse, and these are 2 components that I'd say are equally as important to what you do during the cleanse. It also explains how to make the drinks, how to make the broth, tips for modifying during cooler months. It really does a good job of giving you options to personalize your program according to what your body needs and your goals. When you transition off the cleansing program, you can expect to have a new awareness with regards to your habits, how much you eat, how well you chew your food, why you eat. It's also a great time for breaking old, not so healthy habits. When people come off the cleanse, they also feel really light. Digestion feels really good, and usually it'll continue to function better. They don't need caffeine to be energized, and actually they feel so good that they don't really want to jump back in with the coffee and the alcohol and the sugar. There could be a day or 2 for bowel movements to regulate, but generally during this time, the body feels much lighter and more energized. And then provided you don't start to eat a bunch of processed foods, once it does regulate, digestion tends to work much better. A lot of times allergy symptoms can be related to food sensitivities. So as we've removed problematic foods from the diet, the immune system has had a chance to settle. So as you come off the cleanse, 1 at a time, maybe introduce possible problematic foods, and you can start to get a sense of which foods you're not tolerating well.